Welcome back to the Digital Asset Report. Today, we're tracking a wave of major moves that underscore a new financial arms race, not in weapons, but in Bitcoin. From sovereign wealth funds to mining companies to central banks, the message is clear. Bitcoin has become strategic infrastructure. Let's start in Abu Dhabi, where the sovereign wealth fund just revealed a $408 million stake in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. This brings their total Bitcoin holdings to nearly $1 billion, a staggering signal from one of the world's top conservative capital allocators. The timing wasn't random either. That filing dropped as President Trump attended a state dinner in the UAE. Bitcoin is now a fixture of diplomacy, energy, and global investment strategy. Zoom out, and it's not just the Gulf region either. It's also in Eastern Europe. Over in Ukraine, Parliament member Yaroslav Zelezniak confirmed that a bill is in the works to create a national Bitcoin reserve there too. In collaboration with Binance, this initiative is part of a broader effort to position Ukraine as a crypto-forward economy despite the pressures of war and geopolitics. Meanwhile, in Russia, the country's central bank, yes, the same one that once tried to ban crypto, just ranked Bitcoin as the top performing global investment since 2022. According to their latest analysis, BTC returned over 121% since then, outperforming gold, stocks, and even the S&P 500. Yes, Bitcoin can be volatile, but Bitcoiners know to zoom out at this point, and the volatility often goes in both directions. As we've discussed many times on here before, institutions are taking note. JP Morgan now projects that Bitcoin will outperform gold in the second half of 2025, driven by a surge in institutional adoption and state-level engagement. States like Arizona and New Hampshire are already adding Bitcoin to their reserves. And Metaplanet, the Japanese public company leading Asia's Bitcoin adoption, now holds nearly 6,800 BTC. That's more than El Salvador, and they've reached 68% of their 10,000 BTC goal in just 4 months. But the breakout story this week is Jack Mallers' firm 21, a new Bitcoin-native firm launched with backing from Tether and SoftBank, has officially become the third largest known corporate Bitcoin holder in the world. The firm now holds 31,500 BTC, overtaking Riot Platforms, and is rapidly closing in on its goal of holding 42,000 BTC before going public under the ticker XXI. 21's rise isn't just about capital, it's about narrative. Mallers is pitching XXI as the next evolution of the Bitcoin balance sheet strategy, not just copying Michael Saylor, but competing with him. And speaking of competition,
and the adoption of it is incredible. I told the story I was at MENA in Abu Dhabi, and I told the story right before I got there. A good buddy of mine runs one of the biggest banks in America. You can probably guess which one it is. They run a very large office for that bank in the wealthiest suburb of New York, in Greenwich, Connecticut. And he always said, a year ago, he was saying, hey, Bitcoin's funny money. Crypto's funny money. The other day, he goes, Eric, where do I buy this incredible kind of cryptocurrency? Where do I buy Bitcoin? How do I get into this world? And so every single day, guys, I'm telling you, people who were staunchly against it, people who didn't understand it, people who were closed-minded, people who were rhinos to traditional finance are coming around in a massive way. And I think the kind of spike in Bitcoin is going to be significant. And therefore, it really is a race to the top right now. There's a lot of people who are running very hard at this mission, and I promise you we're going to beat them in that marathon.
Eric Trump made those comments at Consensus 2025 in Toronto this week, where he described Bitcoin as digital gold and shared how his family's political and financial journey collided with the crypto community. Trump also revealed that he co-founded American Bitcoin, a mining venture now going public through a merger with Griffin Digital Mining. He spoke candidly about how real estate's illiquidity pushed him towards crypto, calling Bitcoin a more nimble, more borderless asset class. His remarks echoed what Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, is showing in practice. This week alone, Strategy added 13,390 BTC for a price tag of $1.34 billion. Their total comes to 568,840 BTC. And there's also a new player in the mix, Nakamoto, founded by Trump's crypto advisor David Bailey, aiming to bring Bitcoin into every corporate balance sheet in America and beyond. What we're seeing now is not just noise, it's alignment. Governments, public companies, asset managers, and political figures are converging around Bitcoin, not just as a speculative play, but as a strategic asset class. The world is choosing sides, and the stakes are high. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like and a follow, and head over to bitgo.com to learn more.